everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Mariely Sanchez and I'm a 4th grade teacher in South Florida. It is now the first day back from winter break. We are first day back officially in 2023, January 9th, 2023, back with my 4th grade students. And today was actually a pretty good day, and I'm so happy that it pretty much went smoothly, other than the building was super hot when we all came in. I'm thinking maybe it was because they didn't have the air conditioning system on during those 2 weeks, or there was something wrong with the air conditioning, but needless to say, it didn't start to feel a little cool until about noon. So this morning I came in, it was a sauna. I turned on my fans, which I keep in my classroom just in case. And yeah, the morning group, we suffered. The afternoon group, it started off kind of warm, but then as the afternoon progressed, it got much better. But in order to start back the new year, I had the students do my favorite activity for this time of the year, which is the one-word activity. Students received on their desk this half sheet of paper that has words of the year idea, and I actually got this. I'll link it down below because this looks kind of really bad, but I did get it from Pinterest. It is from a blog website that I have used in the past. So it has a list of words, and what I have the students do is look at the list and think of 5 words that kind of stick out to them and circle those. And then they also receive this little foldable that I have created, and on the inside they write those 5 words that stand out to them here, and from those they choose 3, and from those they choose 1, and then they decorate the front of this foldable with that word. And of course, after that, I have them write their name here and write a paragraph describing what their word is and why they chose it. So this is the document right here. It actually comes with another option for you to have lines, so students can go ahead and write on the back with lines, but I didn't do that because on the bulletin board, I'm gonna put a staple right here and it'll be folded like that so everyone can see the words. But if anybody wants to read why they wrote it, or why they chose that word, I should say, they can just open up the flap and see it. It'll be like an interactive bulletin board. So that option with the lines is there. And then I have this option where it's just the top is blank, and then I have, of course, the option with the brackets where their students are brainstorming and selecting what word they're going to choose. And then there is a paragraph frame, but this one is a generic one. I also created one that is more to this year, which is right here. And basically it just says my word for 2023 is, and they put it there. I choose this word because, and they complete the sentences. So I have 2 groups of students, one in the morning and one in my afternoon. And I actually did this activity example with both classes. I do have my one word. I chose it before I started back to school today. I chose it, I think it was last week. So let me show you how it came out for the first group and then how it came out for the second group. So here's my little paper where I was circling the words. And this is how it came out. And let me just put these papers on the side. And this is how I did it for the morning class. So the O I made into a sunflower, so flourish. And on the inside is my decision. And then my paragraph on why I chose it. And then for my afternoon group, I did it this way. So flourish, you know, a group of flowers, really cute. And then on the inside is pretty much the same. I did do my paragraph a little bit different, but it's pretty much saying the same thing. So there it is. On the board, I was also showing students the different ways they could create their letters so that their word stands out on their little foldable. And these are just some of the ones that I put on the board so that they can have an idea. So now I'd like to show you some of the examples of the ones my students created. Obviously, because it was an activity that we started today, some of them are not done, some of them are done. So I'll show you some of the examples that my students made today. As you can see, the students chose really great words. And after that, all we did is took the test that they had already taken before winter break by paper, since we didn't have internet for a couple of those days. Today, I gave them the laptop so they can just transfer their answers from the paper test to the computer version so it can be available digitally for those reports. Anyway, that is my first day back from winter break. And I have to say it was a pretty good day. I just wanted to ease into the routines and just start out with a nice little activity where the kids are just thinking of one word they want to focus on and be creative in coloring that word and putting it on the front of that foldable and also writing about it. So that's it for today, Monday. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hello everyone. I'm actually going to come to you from Thursday. I wasn't able to vlog on Tuesday because after school we had a faculty meeting, and during the faculty meeting my mom texted me to tell me that she had gone to her doctor's appointment, which was previously scheduled, and the doctor sent her straight to the hospital. So as you can imagine, I was beside myself. I didn't know how to take the news, even though she told me she was fine. I, still worry. So I just, after the faculty meeting, I grabbed my stuff and I just left. I didn't vlog that day. So I went to meet her at the hospital and she ended up being admitted. Her heart has been giving her kind of like palpitations, and she's been having all these different symptoms for a while. So the doctor thought it would be best for her to go to a hospital and they could do all the tests that they needed to do. So they did admit her, and she's been there since. Today's Thursday. Yesterday I didn't come to work, yes, because of my mom, but also, as you may probably hear in my voice, I have a cold. So I did get COVID during winter break. Didn't think it was COVID anyway, but I did get tested yesterday and it's negative. So it's definitely a cold. And it's interesting to me that when I had COVID the second time during winter break recently, I didn't really have that much symptoms other than a really bad sore throat. But this time, this cold feels a lot worse than when I had COVID. But I've been pretty well today, functioning, taking my Dayquil. That helps at night. I took some Theraflu. That helped me sleep. So I'm just pushing through. But yesterday, I did spend time with my mom at the hospital, along with my brother and my dad and my other brother. We all kept in contact with each other, giving each other updates and things like that. So today I did come to school because, my dad was going to be with her and he was going to fill us in on the other tests that we're going to do today. And I cried happy tears this afternoon when my dad told me that everything went well and that she's doing good. So now we're just hearing to see when she gets to go home. And now we're just going to make sure we take care of her and do everything that she needs to make sure that she takes care of herself and we all take care of each other. So good news, good news. So on Tuesday with my students, they were finishing up their one-word activity that I talked to you about on Monday, and I introduced my homeroom because that's the class that I kept the entire day since my other class was being tested by my co-teacher for the FAST math assessment that they weren't able to test because before winter break, when they were supposed to take it, we didn't have internet for those days. So they took it on Tuesday. So for Tuesday, I kept my homeroom. And after they worked on that, they got introduced to the Wonders unit. We're a little bit behind, but we're trying to catch up. So we did the essential question, how can one person make a difference? And we talked about the civil rights movement. Dr. King, whose day we're celebrating next week on Monday to remember him, and other Black heroes that are important to us. And this is a book that I read to them that day, and I read to my Block 2 class that I saw today as well. The book is titled, Have You Thanked an Inventor Today? And it's a really nice ebook that I highly recommend. You can even get it as a physical book. But it talks about different Black inventors and how they're responsible for things that we use every day. Some of those things include the clock, the hairbrush, the refrigerator, the air conditioning system, the traffic light, the lunchbox, the gamma cell for the cell phones, etc. So very cool book, and the kids were amazed to learn how many Black inventors are responsible for things that we use every day. And they were reflecting on how our world would be different if they hadn't invented those things. So then, of course, we looked at the weekly opener video to introduce the unit. I read them a read aloud on Nelson Mandela, and they got to learn about him. I did this with both of my classes, just my homeroom on Tuesday and my Block 2 today. And then for both classes today, we read Judy's Appalachia, which is the shared read, or I should say Judy's Appalachia, which is the shared read story that we're going to do some close reading on. So we're going to continue working on that Judy's Appalachia tomorrow, as well as possibly the paired selection. And I'll just do the anchor text as a read aloud so that we get caught up on that. And they could hopefully take the test next week. So that's pretty much all that has been happening since Tuesday and today. I'm going to gather my things and go see my mom at the hospital. I'm very excited to see her. And I'll see you tomorrow.
It's now the end of the day on Friday, and I gotta make this quick because I gotta dash out of here. But we had a pretty good day today. We finished the shared read, rereading it, going over the questions for find text evidence, going over the skill of reread and timelines, because that is a text feature that goes with our genre for this unit, which is biographies. And then we went over author's perspective. I had the students work in groups of 3, 4, and in one of my classes, because I had more students there, told them to get in groups of 4 or 5, and the students worked on completing this graphic organizer together. So in the graphic organizer, all they needed to do was find 3 more details that supported the author's perspective, which was already given to us. And I thought about putting this for my second group. I didn't do it for my first group, but they pretty much understood what they needed to do, so I can review this with them on Tuesday, since Monday there's no school, so that they make sure that they complete it completely. So that is the author's perspective and some ideas to help the students look for details in the passage that supports this perspective. It was very important that we reviewed the difference between author's point of view and author's perspective. Of course, author's perspective is how the author thinks and feels about what they're writing about or who they're writing about. So that was very good to review, and I liked having the students work in groups. They will finish on Tuesday when we return, and then I'll do a read aloud of the anchor text, and then we'll look deeply into the paired selection, which is an autobiography on a family that keeps freedom in the family. So that is all that I have to share with you for this week. I believe this was week 19 out of the school year. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought or any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile.
Hello dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you, because you are capable of great things. See you next time.